Okay, for this lesson, we're going to be solving inequalities and then also putting it on a number line. So there's some rules that we have to keep in mind when we're solving inequalities. The first rule is that if we ever multiply or divide by a negative number, we always have to flip the inequality sign. So a less than or a greater than symbol would be flipped to a less than, or vice versa. You would just have to flip it the other way. The second rule that we have to remember is if we're ever using greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to, whenever it has this or equal to line on the bottom of our symbol, we're always going to draw a closed circle on our number line. And whenever it's a greater than or a less than without the or equal to on the bottom, we're going to be using an open circle on our number line. And then this last rule doesn't really apply to this lesson because X is always on the left, but the only way that the arrow follows the symbol for your number line is if X is on the left, and we'll explain that more in detail in different lessons. So we're going to start with our first example. We have to solve the inequality and graph the solution on the line provided. So I have 6x plus 19 is greater than 55. My goal is to get this x piece by itself. So I want to get 19 to the other side to start. So 19 is positive, so I'm going to subtract 19 from both sides. 19 minus 19 cancels out. 55 minus 19 gives me 36. I'm going to bring down my greater than symbol. I'm going to bring down my 6x. And then my last move to get x actually all by itself is I need to get this 6 to the other side. And 6 and x are combined with no symbol attached to them. So to get 6 to the other side, we're going to divide. Since 6 is really being multiplied by the x, we'll do the opposite. 6 divided by 6 cancels out. X is greater than 36 divided by 6 gives us 6. So x is greater than 6. And now I'm going to go to my delta math. My inequality notation is x is greater than 6. And then I'm going to show you how to actually put it on the number line. So it says click and drag to plot the line. So I'm going to click on the 6. And I'm going to drag in the direction of my inequality symbol since the x is on the right. So I'm going to drag, the x is on the left. So I'm going to drag to the right. And I have a less than symbol. It's not less than or equals to. So since it is like that, I need to click on that dot to make it an open circle and submit my answer. We're going to do the same thing with this next example. -7 plus 6x is greater than or equal to -19. I want to get the x all by itself. My first step is going to be to get the -7 to the other side. It's negative, so I'll have to add 7 to both sides. -19 plus 7 gives me -12. Bring down the 6x is greater than or equal to. My final step is divide both sides by 6. I get x is greater than or equal to -2. So what I'm looking for on a number line, what I'm going to try to show on delta math is a closed circle at -2, since there's the bar right here, going in the same direction as my inequality arrow to the right. So we'll go to delta math. X, I'll use this button for the greater than or equal to -2. I'll click on -2 on my number line, and I want to drag to the right. And it's closed circle, which is what we wanted. And then the last example that I do the same thing. 4 plus 6x is less than -44. I want to get the x by itself. That's so weird. I didn't realize that all of the x's were going to be 6x. Okay, get the x by itself. So I want to move 4 to the other side. Subtract 4 from both sides. When I'm doing this, 4 minus 4 cancels out. I'm left with 6x is less than negative 44 minus 4 gives me negative 48. Now I want to divide both sides by 6. X is less than negative 48 divided by 6 gives me negative 8. So what I'm going to try to show on my delta map number line is an open circle at negative 8 since it's not or equal to, and going in the direction of my inequality arrow, it's pointing to the left. So to the left. So x is less than negative 8. I'm going to click on negative 8, go to the left, make sure that it's an open circle. So I'm going to click on it and submit my answer.